tagumpay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
More airstrikes and more bombs fall as the military drives out mounted terrorists from Marawi a day before the deadline on ending the war. President Rodrigo Duterte threatens to declare a revolutionary government should destabilization plots escalate. President Rodrigo Duterte says he won't hesitate to declare a revolutionary government until the end of his term if attempts to destabilize the government escalate. In an interview aired on PTV4, Duterte says he would rather declare a revolutionary government than martial law. He adds when that time comes, he would arrest destabilizers and go on a full-scale war against the New People's Army. President Duterte has often mentioned supposed destabilization plots against the government. Last Thursday, Duterte told Yellows and Reds supposedly working to unseat him to merge into one command. Yellow is often used to refer to the opposition Liberal Party, while Red is for the Communist Party of the Philippines. Here's the president in his own words.
No, martial law, report pa akong Congress. Mag-declare ako ng revolutionary government period. And I will declare, I will clear the streets and I will declare all government positions vacant. Mas matuloy, wala na ang problema kasi abulin ko na yung mga corrupt para matanggal ko. Sige, mag-demonstrate kayo. Bring it to a point na talagang tatakilid yung gobyerno. Kasi alam ng military na ang isa sa pinaka-active na nagdi-destabilize is ang Communist Party. Do you think the armed forces of the Philippines and the police would sympathize with you?
Tindig Pilipinas says President Duterte is losing his grip. In a statement, the cause-oriented group says, quote, only a paranoid and insecure little man afraid of losing power will rationalize the need to impose a revolutionary government. It calls on the democratic forces to resist the move. Tindig Pilipinas also leads an event to challenge the president to disprove hidden wealth allegations. Our Makoy Popioco reports from Quezon City. Hi Makoy, what are the protesters calling for?
Hundreds of protesters have gathered here at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Despite the heavy rains, they stood their ground and they are united in their call on President Rodrigo Duterte to come clean. They're urging the president to sign a bank waiver that will allow authorities to look into Mr. Duterte's wealth. Former Social Welfare and Development Secretary Dinky Suliman says once and for all, the president should make his bank accounts public. His refusal to sign the waiver means he's trying to hide something from the public, she says. Suliman also slams the government for waging a witch hunt against institutions and personalities criticizing the government. Suliman cites an example, the impeachment cases against Ombudsman Conchita Harpes Morales and Supreme Court Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno. The former cabinet official also dismisses accusations that this group, Tindig Pilipinas, is behind destabilization plot.
Alam ho ninyo, yung sinasabi ninyong dilawan ito, meron destabilization plot. Hindi ho ba siya naniniwala sa Department of National Defense at Armed Forces of the Philippines na nasa ilalim ng poder niya? Sinabi po walang destabilization at wala pong kulay ito. Ito po ay ordinaryong mamamayan na naninindigan. Oo, dati akong kasama sa Administrasyon Aquino, pero hindi naman ho ako nawala sa pagka-Pilipino ko.
Tindig Pilipinas is primarily composed of current and former government officials connected with the Liberal Party and the previous Aquino administration. And a few minutes ago, Senator Antonio Trillanes was here and he made a rather daring speech, and he said that the Duterte family is behind the shipment of drugs here in the Philippines. And he says Duterte's refusal to sign a bank waiver means he is lying and that he has stolen money from the Filipino people. Here's more of what Senator Trillanes has said.
Pirma ka na ng waiver. Tama na yung dakdak at paninindak. Pirma na. Huwag forma.
Trillanes also mentioned that apart from organizing a mass protest here in the Philippines, or here in Manila, people should also expect that Tindig Pilipinas will organize other protests in other parts of the country. Mike.
Makoy, how do they intend to make the petition known to the president?
Well, Trillanes mentioned about signing a formal letter to the president affixing all the signatures that they will gather here. Speaking of signatures, they have here a huge petition board where people supporting the call for President Duterte to make his bank accounts public can put their signatures on that petition board. Now, Trillanes said that while they're still to discuss matters with them within the organization about their next move, but he says that people should expect them to organize mass protests in other parts of the country. Mai.
Thank you, Makoy Papioko, reporting live from Quezon City.
Hindi nababahala si Pangulong Duterte sa pagbaba ng kanyang satisfaction at trust ratings sa SWS. Sa panayam sa PTV4, sinabi ng Pangulo na hindi siya gahaman sa statistics, lalo't 16 na milyong Pinoy na ang naniniwala sa kanya noong 2016 presidential elections. At ito raw ang itinuturing na statistika ng Pangulo. Ang mahalaga raw kay Pangulong Duterte sa ngayon ay matupad niya ang kanyang mga ipinangako noong kampanya. Magugunitang bumaba ng 18 percentage points ang net satisfaction rating ng Pangulo sa SWS, habang 15 percentage points naman sa kanyang net trust rating.
Yung ratings, baski mag-abot ako ng 0. Wala yan, may trabaho ako, 0, 0 plus. Ganon pa rin magtrabaho ako kasi pinangako mo. Hindi ako yung sabihin mo na pag maging unpopular ako, wala yan. Kalokohan yan. Hindi ka lalaki yan.
Samantala, nanindigan naman si Pangulong Duterte sa pagbatikos ito sa European Union. Ito ay kahit nilino ng palasyo na mga nagbantang baka matanggal ang Pilipinas sa UN Human Rights Council ay hindi mga opisyal na kinatawan ng EU. Sa talumpati ng Pangulo sa Dumaguete kahapon, ikinuwento niya na matapos ang kanyang banta sa EU envoys noong Huwebes, ay nag-text sa kanya ang ilang ambassador. Nilinaw nga nila na ang mga bumatikos sa Pangulo ay hindi opisyal na delegasyon ng Union. Pero tanong ng Pangulo, bakit di agad nag-abiso ang EU sa kanya? Magugunit ang pinuna ng grupong Progressive Alliance ang drug war ng gobyerno at nagbantang baka magresulta ito sa pagkakatanggal ng Pilipinas sa UN Human Rights Council.
Yung mga ambassadors, text ka agad. They are not part of the EU. Bakit hindi ka nagsabi? You kept your silence while they were yakking here. Sabi ko, tama na yun. Tama yung ginawa ko.
Embattled Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno returns to her alma mater, where she gamely answers questions on her impeachment case. She says the fight is far from over. Anjo Alimario filed this report.
A chill Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno faces some of the students and alumni of the Ateneo de Manila University. She smiles and laughs as if she's not facing one of her toughest battles yet. The first question thrown at her, the impeachment case.
I do not lose sleep over the accusations. When you know you have not done anything wrong, when your conscience is clean, you can sleep peacefully at night.
Sereno maintains her innocence as she's accused of culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, corruption, and other high crimes.
I know I have not done anything wrong, can continue to call meetings to order, preside over the same, follow each item of the agenda coolly, with calmness.
Sereno says she fully submits herself to the impeachment process and relies on the truth.
You recognize that there is a process. Sabi sa Constitution, impeachment. Now, kung susunod sila correctly, according to the process or not, is something else. Of course, people say that the truth is so muddled now. Politics is the king and not truth. Well, let us see.
But if there's one thing she's sure about,
the game is not over yet, right? It is too early.
The House Justice Committee has yet to vote if there's probable cause to impeach her. The Chief Justice points out the fight for truth is an independently worthy cause.
You young people must never give up on the truth. Hold it as the most precious thing in the world to you. Proclaim it. Demand that people tell the truth. unveil the lies.
Trials, Sereno says, make us closer to God. And for her, God is bigger than political forces. Anjali Mario, CNN Philippines.
It's a long, drawn-out war that has led to massive displacement of residents, heavy damage and loss. On May 23rd, ISIS-inspired mounted terrorists took over Marawi City, prompting the president to declare martial law in Mindanao. Now, months after, more than 800 enemies, including foreign terrorists, have been killed, 161 soldiers and 47 civilians have died. The beauty of this city, now a lingering memory. Today, a day before the government's target to end the war in Marawi, residents are eager to go back to the place they call home. Our senior correspondent David Santos reports on how residents are preparing for their much-awaited homecoming.
The fighting has dragged on for so long, this may be an unusual sight in Marawi. Women sweeping by the roadside to clean up their community.
Paghahanda sa aming pagbabalik para at least naman ay bumalik ang aming masayang pamumuhay noon.
Almost 5 months since the crisis began, there is no doubt Marawi residents are expecting to see it all end soon. The war, after all, has been far longer and deadlier than expected. At an evacuation center right outside the battle zone, displaced residents continue to get aid. As adults receive food packs and other supplies, their children get to play games.
Hindi kami nawawalan ng pag-asa at sana matapos na rin ng mas maaga para makauwi na rin kung may uuwian pa.
It's been months and here they are, hindi pa sila nakakaano talaga. So we really pray na mag-end na itong para maka-rebuild na talaga sila.
Some evacuees, however, doubt the crisis is nearing its end.
Kung patapos na, bakit may nagpuputukan pa?
While some are coping with the horrors of war, like Maimona Macapaar Regaro, who looks after her 2-year-old granddaughter Luisa. They're inseparable, Maimona says. The child easily gets frightened even by a crowd, especially of men with long firearms.
Parang na-trauma. Sabi ko, bakit ka na tumatago? Pung, pung, pung. Yun lang ang nasasabi niya.
The crisis pushed more than 300,000 residents like them out of Marawi. They were forced to live in displacement camps and with the grim prospect of returning to nothing but bombed and ruined homes. The local crisis committee assures them they will know when it's safe to return.
Yes, they will inform us na tapos na, wala nang resistance dyan, pero kasi hanggang ngayon may pockets of resistance pa eh.
If the fighting indeed comes to an end anytime soon, the government will have to brace for the next immediate challenge. Rebuild Marawi from the ruins and restore order so residents here can have their normal lives back. In Marawi City, David Santos, CNN Philippines.
Troops in Marawi are pushing out mounted terrorists. Government forces attacked known positions of the group, including the old Markas Abu Bakar Mosque. Fighter jets became visible once more over Marawi skies, dropping bombs. The military is still hunting down 48 Maute fighters within the 3-hectare area near Lake Lanao. News overseas, North Korea renews its threat to launch missiles towards the U.S. territory of Guam. Its state media reports the U.S. military action pushes them to take the toughest countermeasure. This following weeks of rising tensions and ahead of the U.S. and South Korea joint naval exercises beginning on Monday. Pyongyang rejects the joint military exercises. The rogue regime views these as a dress rehearsal for an invasion, even as the U.S. insists they are purely defensive in nature. In August, the regime said it was seriously examining a strike on Guam. Guam is home to U.S. military bases with an estimated 6,000 troops. Tropical storm Odette has likely intensified as it is slowly making its way out of the country tonight. At 4 p.m., Pag-asa spotted Odette at 300 kilometers west of Lawag, Ilocos Norte, packing maximum sustained winds of 105 kilometers per hour. All storm signals are already lifted, but moderate to occasionally heavy rains are still expected over Metro Manila, the Ilocos region, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, and the provinces of Bataan and Zambales. In the UAAP, the UE Red Warriors opened its second round campaign on a winning note. The Warriors defeated the NU Bulldogs by 13 points, 90-77. UE dominated the scoring in the first two quarters. NU bounced back in the third chapter to cut the lead, but UE outscored them again in the fourth. Mark Olayon paced the Warriors with 17 points. NU's Isagaye led all scorers with 20 points in a losing effort. The undefeated Ateneo Blue Eagles and the Adamson Soaring Falcons are still slugging it out in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. The game is now in the fourth quarter in favor of Ateneo. Another showbiz couple are ready to tie the knot. Rodjun Cruz and Diane Medina are now engaged. Cruz posted a video on Instagram showing him proposing to Medina with a view of Boracay. This coincides with his 30th birthday celebration.
Hanggang ngayon, everyday nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord dahil binigay ka niya sa akin. Maria, Patricia, Diane, Medina. Will you marry me?
Diane also posted on her IG stories her engagement ring with a caption, "In God's perfect time." The showbiz sweethearts have been together for more than 10 years now.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao.